Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing Alaila Carroll style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Alaila Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with Alaila Carroll style, where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit Alaila Carroll style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Why meeting the family matters more than you think. This episode continues with the smart dating framework that I've been laying out for you guys this season. It's focused on how family interaction reveals truths about a person that dating cannot do alone. All right. So, welcome back to Improving Your Thoughts by Freeing Yourself. I'm your host, Alaila Carroll. This season, we are learning how to date properly, not emotionally reckless, not blindly trusting, not wisely, but wisely, but wisely, intentionally, and as well with discernment. So far, we have talked about a few things. So what have we talked about so far? We have talked about red flags, background checks, detecting lies, protecting your money and assets, how to recognize charmers and manipulators. So we talked about all those things. So today we are talking about something many people ignore until it's too late. And that's meeting the family. Now, I know some people say things like, I'm dating this person, not my family. But that statement is often very misleading because family dynamics reveal a lot. And here are some of the things that it can reveal: character, values, emotional patterns, conflict styles, the style that how they handle conflict, boundaries, loyalty, and sometimes it also reveals generational dysfunction. Most of the time we think that we should just wait to meet family later on after we gotten serious with the person, but that is quite contrary, my friend. Opposite, we should meet people's families before we get serious with them, and they should meet our family before we get serious with them. Before you have sex, before you start sharing your money and your home, before you even get deep, even before you introduce them to your children, you should allow them to meet everyone in your family that you go around normally on a regular basis. Maybe you got a family reunion coming up, bring them to the family reunion. Maybe you have a birthday party going on, take them to the birthday party. You might have a family dinner and invite them to the family dinner. You need to know who this person is and how their character is before you get the opportunity to fall in love with them, vice versa. And if this person is holding out on you, I'm going to get deep into this episode, which is episode 7 and episode 8. We're going to talk about family dynamics and why it is so important. So today we're going to talk about why meeting the family matters, what to observe when you meet them, when you meet their family members. Red flags. To watch out for. The red flags to watch out for when you're meeting their family. Healthy signs that their family is a healthy dynamic for you to join into. And why hiding you from family is sometimes a warning sign. Because when you marry someone, you are not just marrying that person, you're marrying a system. Yeah, you are. You're marrying what they about, how they was raised, their beliefs, their values. You're marrying all those things about this person, and it comes from their family, from their upbringings. And that's the reason why you need to be meeting their family before you get serious. You shouldn't wait until you're serious for them to introduce you. At least meet the friends. And I'm not talking about the friends who hold their secrets. I'm talking about just friends. Someone who is going to be honest about them. So why family reveals the real person? This is the reason why you meet them, because it reveals the real person. When someone is dating you, they are often in their best form. They're on their best behavior. Their representative is showing up for them, not the real person. So they want to impress you. They want you to like them. They may even be presenting a careful, constructed version of themselves. And that's usually the representative, But something interesting happens when a person is around their family. Yeah, the mask drops. Always. I don't care who they are. The mask drops. You get to see the real person. What you end up seeing is that the family brings out childhood habits. Yeah, it does. True personality. Their personality really comes out then when they're around their family. Emotional triggers. Because family don't care about you. They don't care that they're dating. Oh, they're going to tell it all. They're going to be like, oh, you dating my brother? He's a bum. They're going to say stuff like that. And you might want to take heed. He might be a bum. Or sometimes it just be a sister that talks bad about her brother because that's what they do. A sibling rivalry thing. But you still need to pay attention. Why is she calling him a bum? They also bring out power dynamics. Like if their family member loves to take control. And culture values. What are their values? Who do they value? Are they in a cult? Those things. How do they live? Those are things you want to know. Their religion beliefs. Do they even have a religion beliefs? Are they spiritual? Are they not? Are they Satans? You just don't know. So you will see who they become when they're comfortable. And they are comfortable around their family. So I want to give you an example. A woman named Danielle dated a man for 8 months. He was polite, charming, calm, respectful. And then she met his family. And when she met his family, within 30 minutes, she noticed something shocking. He spoke to his mother in a very aggressive tone. He mocked his little brother, and he ignored his father, like he didn't care about nothing that his father had to say. And I want you to realize that those things are really valuable to pay attention to. And the entire family, they behaved like it was normal. Like it wasn't a big deal. But to Danielle, it was a big deal because she was raised to respect her elders, respect her mother. And even though she didn't really have a brother or anything, but she understood that her little cousins under her was someone to protect, not to actually hurt. The person that she saw on the date was not the full picture. When someone shows you how they treat their family, they are revealing their emotional training, how they was brought up. And eventually that behavior will show up in your relationship some kind of way. All right? So pay attention to that. That's the reason why you want to meet the family before you get serious with them. This is why you're slow dating, because you're taking your time to not get serious too fast. And then your critical thinking goes out of the window. We don't want that. So, what to observe when you meet the family? What are the things that you need to pay attention to? I'm going to give you a list of these things and why. When you meet someone's family, you are not just socializing, you are observing patterns. Here are important things to pay attention to. Number one, how they speak to their parents. Do they show respect or do they show contempt? Someone who constantly belittles their parents or disrespect their parents may eventually, and most likely they know made to it, they will eventually speak to you the same way. Respect is a transferable behavior as well as disrespect. It is transferable. It will go from one person to the next person to the next person. They don't care. Anyone can get the business. All right? So if they don't have respect for their parents, why would they have respect for you? Number two, I want you to absorb these things. Pay attention to this. How the family handle conflicts. So it might not be any conflict that happened when they're with you, but in time, and if you keep going around them, you eventually see something, such as, do they scream a lot? It's okay to scream sometimes, but are they screaming all the time? Do they insult each other? Do they manipulate with guilt? Or do they communicate calmly, like they really do respect each other? Family conflict style often becomes relationship conflict style. So remember that the way they are, because think about it. Relationship turns into family because you get married, have kids, now you're family. So now they treat you the same way they've been treating their family. That's the reason why you need to know the family. Okay? Now you see why you need to learn, why you need to know the family early. Now you see. Okay. So number 3, how the family treats you. Yeah. Are they welcoming you? Are they curious about you? Or are they dismissive towards you? A healthy partner will advocate for you if family members treat you poorly. Oh, they will speak up and be like, no, you're not going to talk to my date like this. Or, no, you're not going to ask my date that question. That is none of your business. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Mom. But don't ask her those questions. Can we not talk about that? They will literally make sure you're comfortable. All right. So if they sit silently while you are being disrespected, that's important information to pay attention to. You would deal with this if you married that person. That means that they will be disrespecting you in the marriage. This is the reason why most marriages, they don't get along with their in-laws, because it started off like that and it continued that way because your spouse never nipped it in the bud before you got married. This is why you want to pay attention to that. Unless you just really don't care about the in-laws, then that's okay. Just pay attention to what you're getting from the product that they made. All right. Number 4, boundaries. Does your date have boundaries with their family? They should. Should be certain things that they can do and cannot do, and things they can say and cannot say. That's just how that is. Or does the family control everything? For example, their mother reading their messages. It might seem like not a big deal, but if their mother can read their messages and you can't, that's a big deal. Their father controlling their finances. You know how some fathers like, I'm going to cut you off if you don't do this. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to cut you off and cut you out of the will, that kind of stuff. Or their siblings interfering in every decision, because you do have some siblings that will interfere thinking that they're the parent. No, you're not the parent just because our mother died don't make you my mother. Those type of things. So if your date cannot create boundaries with their family, it will be difficult for them to create boundaries in your marriage if you're planning to get married or have a serious long-term relationship with them. Letting you know. So let's talk about emotional maturity. See, this is where me and my husband are. We're at emotional maturity. I have finally matured, and he is too. And it is a wonderful thing when you both are on that level of emotional maturity. Look for emotional stability. Healthy family can laugh together, disagree respectfully, and they can still support each other. Dysfunctional family often shows up like passive aggressive, constant criticism, the silent treatment, control. Yeah, those things. You are not judging them. Do not judge them. All you need to do is to understand. What you're doing is understanding the environment that shaped your partner's world, that shaped who your partner is. That's what you need to know. And you got to ask yourself, do I really want to be a part of this or not? If it's really serious or not, okay? So let's talk about red flags when meeting the family. Now, what I want you to do is understand that there are some serious warning signs that you have to pay attention to. If you hear all that bumping and stuff going on, it's bad weather outside. It's a storm. So that's what you're hearing. If you hear that boom and all that, it's a storm going on outside. And yes, I'm out here doing a podcast for you guys while I'm in a storm. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Anyway, so red flag number 1 is your partner refuses to introduce you to their family after a long time of dating. What is a long time of dating? What considered a long time? Actually, I would say 6 months. If y'all been dating for 6 months, you should have met this person's family already. It don't take that long to meet a family member. Meet somebody. Meet more than just one person, though, because they probably only introduce you to the family member who's going to keep their secrets. You want to meet multiple people in that family, okay? And if he talks or she talks about, hey, I'm going to my family reunion, ask, can I come? It is okay to ask, can I come to your family reunion? I love family reunions. Boy, y'all be having the best food, barbecue and all that, all the good music. I ain't been to a family reunion since my last one. I would love to come if you are okay with me coming with you. If they don't invite you, you invite yourself. See if they okay with that. If they got a problem with it, then you might want to start really checking more red flags, okay? Sometimes this means when they're not allowing you to meet the family and it's been past 6 months, sometimes it means that they are hiding you. Yeah, they are hiding their relationship. And that's not good, especially when you grown, okay? It also can mean that they are still involved with someone else and they know that the family is going to say something about it. Hey, my son is still married and I don't know why he brought you over here. I mean, those type of things. Or they could be embarrassed by something in their life and they don't want their family to bring it up because their family are always like that. They constantly bring up embarrassing moments. Even if they do bring up embarrassing moments, you can reassure them by saying, hey, if your family says something that's embarrassing about you, it is okay because we all have embarrassing moments. I would not judge you for that. All I want is transparency because transparency matters. I need to know who you really are and where you come from. That helps me to know who I am involved with. I only know this version of you. I want to know those who are connected to you. And if they still have a problem, okay, let's talk about red flag number 2. Their family openly disrespects you and your partner does nothing. A strong partner protects their relationship. Silent partner can mean that they agree with what their parents probably did or said to disrespect you. Okay? Yes. So number 3 red flag is extreme family control. These are things you need to watch out for. For example, parents making relationship decisions for them, family demanding loyalty over your relationship, family interfering consistently in your relationship, because a marriage cannot survive if a family is running it. It would never survive. So some of you out there who are married and mother-in-law keeps meddling in and your husband ain't trying to stop it, I'm going to tell you right now, your marriage is not going to last if your husband don't talk to your mother-in-law to help put that in perspective, that you come first. It is what it is. Now, I can talk more about that, but not right now. Let's keep going. So red flag number 4, secrets and hidden histories. Sometimes families accidentally reveal the truth about your partner, such as previous marriages that your partner never told you about, financial problems that they're having, legal issues that they're having. They might have some legal issues. They're about to go to court and they didn't tell you about that. Or children they didn't even tell you about. These moments may feel awkward, but they provide valuable information. Remember, information protects you. That's why you need it. But you need to know, the earlier that you know something, the better decisions that you can make about it. This is why you need this early. And I'll say before 6 months, because within that 6-month range, y'all are dating, but you haven't moved fast. And I love the fact that you could hold off on the sex, but that's if you're able to not get emotionally wrapped. And that's usually hard for women. So you might want to try to meet the family before you lay down and open up your legs to him, okay?
We'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, Alaila Carroll style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to AlailaCarrollStyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like. Anyway, so let's talk about healthy family signs. I told you about the dysfunctional. Let's talk about the healthy family, okay? So we talked about dysfunctional families. I want to give you some positive information. So now we're going to talk about positive signs, because healthy family do exist out here, you guys. Yes, they do. So I want you to look for these things. That's how you know if this is if this person come from a healthy family dynamic. Respectful communication. They talk respectfully to each other. Supportive in action. Like they really do support each other. They're there for each other. Healthy boundaries. Like they don't cross over and cross into people's love affairs and stuff like that. Emotional maturity. Just talked about that. And genuine curiosity about you. They really want to know about you, but they're not prying all into your personal business, okay? Healthy family don't interrogate you, all right? They welcome you, Come on in, come sit down. Let's get some to eat, girl. Look, make yourself at home, relax. Hey, tell your man to come on in here. Tell him to relax. Hey, don't put your foot on my couch, but you can take your shoes off if you want to. Just be comfortable, all right? Basically, they're welcoming you. They're making you feel like their home is your home. A healthy partner will proudly introduce you because they are not hiding you. So my husband introduced me to his mother on our first date. The very first date that we had, he took me to his mother's house. Yes, he did. I'm talking about the husband I'm married to right now. Yes, took me to his mother's house. And I remember I was the one that wasn't ready to meet her. I was like, no, I'm not properly dressed to meet your mother. He was like, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. I have on this spaghetti strap dress showing cleavage. And keep in mind, I was already in the mind frame of my second husband, how he was tripping about my cleavage being showing. So I just had my mind put there like, no, I shouldn't be showing cleavage. He was like, my mama's not going to judge you. Shoot, I'm a grown man. She know what kind of woman I like. She's not gonna judge you. And I was thinking like, oh my God, this is gonna be uncomfortable. So he took me anyway. He called on the phone first. She was like, "Hey, Marcus, what's up?" And she was like, "Hey, Mama, I want you to meet Alaila. I'm gonna bring her over." And she was like, "Son, did you know it's 10 o'clock at night?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know, but you still up. You don't go to sleep until like 1 in the morning. So hey, I'm gonna let her come over anyway." Brought me over there, and I was like, "Oh my God." And I was thinking like, I need a sweater. I need something. I was self-conscious because of what I've been through in my second marriage. And I was like, man, I hope she's not going to judge me based on, because I know first impression is lasting. That's the one that you remember the most. Oh, his mama didn't even say nothing about what I had on. She was like, oh, you looking good. That's what she told me. She said, you look good. She said, where y'all going? And I said, I don't know. He's taking me out to dinner and somewhere. And she was like, oh, man, that is going to be so nice. And she said, and you look so beautiful. And she just kept complimenting me on how I look. And then he said, guess what, Mom? She said, what? Guess when her birthday? And she said, I don't know. And he said, Alaila, tell her your birthday. I said, my birthday. I told her my birthday. And she said, oh, my birthday is the same day as yours. And our birthday is the same exact day. And I was like, okay, so now we're going to share birthdays together. Come to find out, it is the coolest thing ever. My mother-in-law is cool. I love her. And that's the thing. She welcomed me. She welcomed me. And even my second husband, his mother, she welcomed me. I had to introduce myself to her though. That was the big red flag. He was not trying to introduce me to her. He wanted to keep me hidden from her. And the way I had to introduce myself was that her car broke down. I was in Omaha where he was, and his mother had called him and she told him, I'm stuck over here and I was able to make it to AutoZone, but my car won't start back up. I need you to come over here. So that's how we end up being together. And because I was thinking, hey, if you take me back to this hotel to go and help your mother, it's going to be a problem for me. And he was like, well, just come. I'm gonna just go ahead and just bring you. So sat there in the car for a little while. She was in the car. He went inside AutoZone. I got out of the car and walked over to her, knocked on the window, and I said, I want to introduce myself. I want to properly introduce myself. Your son have not tried to make this arrangement, but I will make this arrangement happen right now. My name is Alaila. I'm pretty sure you're wondering who has been coming to see your son in these past 3 months. I'm the one that's been coming to see your son. And that's how I end up meeting her. He came out of AutoZone, his mouth dropped to the floor, eyes got big, and she was like, she's a pretty girl. Pretty much like how she said it. She's a pretty girl. And he was like, it's nice meeting you. She was like, it's nice meeting you. I'm like, thank you. It was nice meeting you too. She said, well, next time come to the house. You don't have to go to no hotel. Come to the house. I was like, wow. Okay. So that's why I'm telling you, meet each other's parents, meet each other's family members. At your age, the parents might be already gone, passed away. Meet who's close to them, okay? So that way, what it does, a healthy family Also, they want to know your values, your goals, and intentions for their family member. And a healthy partner will proudly, like I said, proudly introduce you because they're not hiding you. When someone values you, they are excited for the important people in their lives to meet you. Like they're so excited. It's the same way how you want to introduce your man, your new boo to your best friend. It's the same feeling. It doesn't change. All right. So why your family should meet them too. Our next episode, in episode 8, we're going to talk deeper about why your family need to meet your date too. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about it because this does go both ways. Your family should meet your date too. Why is that? Because people who love you often see things that you miss. When emotions are involved, our judgment can become cloudy. You see what I mean? But people who care about you are paying attention from the outside, and they notice inconsistency, manipulation, disrespect, energy shift faster than you do. Sometimes family and friends see red flags long before we do. All right? And while they may not always be right, but their perspective is valuable. Because sometimes our family and friends, they ain't always right. They don't be knowing. Some of them be jealous. So you want to be careful. But their perspective, though, they're going to point out the real truth, even if it's out of jealousy. Their perspective, pay attention to that because it is valuable. So keep your eyes open and your ears open. So today, let's wrap it up. So today, we've talked about why meeting family matters when you're dating seriously. When you're seriously dating someone, why meeting family matters. Family interaction reveals character, emotional maturity, conflict patterns. Yeah, that's a big one because then you get to know exactly what you're going to be putting up with. If you see them arguing with their family and they go storming out the door, they're going to do the same thing with you. When y'all get into argument, they're going to storm out the door. If you see them arguing with their family and they get all up in their face and like ready to buck and knock them out, they're going to do the same thing with you. So pay attention to the conflict patterns that they have. Emotional boundaries. It also reveals emotional boundaries, and it also reveals long-term compatibility if you're going to be compatible with each other long-term. So remember, you're not just choosing someone to go on a date with. You're choosing someone who may become a part of your future life. And wisdom in dating protects your peace. It also protects you. And everything that I talked about in the very beginning of this series. The next episode, we're going to talk about something very important. I told you I want to talk about why your family needs to meet your date as well. Now, you already met their family. Now it's time for them to meet yours. Why family and friends sometimes see what you refuse to see, and how to listen without becoming defensive. Because you might think, oh, they're just jealous, or they don't want me with nobody, or they don't like any of my dates, or they always have something to say. Okay, I'm going to teach you about how to just listen to them without becoming defensive about what they're saying. Because the people who love you can sometimes save you from a heartbreak. Thank you for joining me on today's Improving Your Thoughts by Freeing Yourself. And remember, healthy relationships begin with healthy awareness. I'll see you in the next episode. Signing out, Alaila.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing stress management with imaging coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com. At imagingcoaching.com.